Hello there internet and welcome back to this Let's Play of Spelunky. So as you can probably already tell, today's episode is gonna be special for a couple of reasons. One of them is that this is in fact post-commentary, which is something I normally don't like to do because I think it's a lot more interesting to see and hear my reactions at the same time, so to speak. And another one that you might also notice immediately is that the quality of this video is not superb. And there is a higher quality video of this video available on Twitch. I'll put a link in the description below. Unfortunately, that has no commentary, so I guess you get to decide what you want to hear here. So the reason why there's no sound is that, or no like immediate commentary, is that Open Broadcaster software, which I used to record this, for some reason decided that it should simply not be recorded. But that's neither here nor there. So what am I trying to do in this video? Well, I'm trying to do a so-called low percent speedrun. Which is like an ordinary speedrun, complete the game as fast as possible, except you can't pick up any items or any damsels. You're bound to use the 4 health, the 4 ropes and the 4 bombs you have right to begin with. So that of course makes it a lot more difficult, but it's something I've been trying to do for a while, and as you can probably tell from the title of this video, this run is indeed successful. So yeah, that kind of ruins some of the surprise a little bit. It is in fact very sad to me that the original microphone recording got lost, because I don't think I've ever been this excited during a Spelunky run before. My heart was racing for several minutes after the run just because, well, this is fairly tense, as we'll see. So that's a shame. So anyway, what's going on here? I find the black market more or less by chance and figure that's probably worth going into for a speedrun, because the layout is more or less set, and that makes it a lot easier to go through. So now in this shop I see there's a teleporter and a jetpack, which are items that you very much want to see in the speedrun. So I'm thinking, should I continue doing a low percent run, or should I actually pick up those items? But I figure we made it this far, so let's just continue going on with low percent. Also here I got stunned by a monkey, so I was pretty lucky not to fall in the pit trap, or the spike pit. I was thinking about using a rope to killing that, or killing those monkeys, but ropes in low percent runs are gonna be very, very useful for the Olmec boss fight, as you'll see. So I want to stick to as many ropes as possible as long as I can. So I took the first bit of damage here, which was pretty stupid, but it's not too bad. Also, that was kind of a scary jump when I made it. Had to hold my breath just for a little bit. Dead or restless levels are usually welcome sight in speedruns, because if you don't have any items, they can mean a free shotgun or a free cape. But for our purposes, for doing low percent, that's not really something we're interested in. You can also go to the Haunted Castle, which is typically a fast level to do in a speedrun. But again, that will cost us 2 bombs, and those bombs might very well become useful later. So right now we're only down 1 bomb and 1 health. Still, we're on the ice cave, so that's, at least from my perspective, a pretty good start to a run. The ice caves can be very random when you want to do this low percent stuff, because you have no easy way of maneuvering from one side to the other, so you really want to choose the right way to the exit to begin with. Now a wet fur level somehow makes that a little bit easier, because there's generally only one way to go. On the other hand, they are also a lot more difficult, so typically not a pleasant sight. There's a very clutch Yeti jump coming up. Actually, that was the one right there. I have no idea how I managed to get past that Yeti. But yeah, I don't think it's supposed to happen, so it's probably very close to being pixel perfect, and I got extremely lucky. Platforms allow you to skip down a little bit quicker, so that's something you can do. And once again, I realized that the exit is actually right there, so I get a little bit lucky in finding the exit pretty quickly. So almost out of the ice caves. And once again, lots of stuff happening, but the ice caves are behaving very well to us, because once again, the exit is right in sight. So this is when speedruns typically become interesting, because the temple is pretty damn dangerous. There are so many traps, so many enemies to watch out for, and yeah, thwomps in particular can become a problem, like we see right there. I actually wanted to whip that arrow just before, but a cricket took care of that for me. Also, Anubis scared me a little bit. At this point in the speedrun, I realized that, wow, this is actually going pretty damn well. So I take a a couple of seconds to relax because my heart is beginning to beat much, much faster, which typically makes it a lot more difficult to speedrun. So I think let's just relax for a bit, but then I realized that doesn't actually work, so I just decided to continue anyway. So on 4-2, this is a pretty bad situation because I need to use a bomb one way or the other to get through. Using it like that might have been a little bit dangerous because if the thwomp had actually triggered, then I would have been in a very bad spot. So here I see the exit figure, it's worth bombing down to just to save a little bit of time. And of course that shop is in a bit of an unfortunate position to do exactly that. So here I use my first rope. I was thinking about just using one of those bodies to trigger the arrow trap, but I'm not actually sure if that counts as low percent. So I just took what I suppose is the old school strategy of just using a rope instead. That's the first rope we use. And that's also a scary jump to have to make. So in principle, you can have an Olmec boss fight where you only need one rope, but you want to have as many as possible, as we'll see. So here I realized that we're actually on Olmec. I thought this was only 4-2. So once again, I take a few seconds to calm down a bit. So the strategy I want to employ on Olmec here is one that most speedrunners use because it requires no bombs whatsoever, but ropes will be useful, as we'll see. Because, I mean, obviously normally when I fight Olmec I want to be able to use those 5 or 6 bombs just to make it as easy as possible. But we don't have 5 or 6 bombs here, in fact we only have 1. So instead what we do is the following, which is, I mean, extremely straightforward. Run under Olmec, hope that he doesn't spawn any enemies, and continue. So here's why you want to have ropes. For exactly that purpose. Kill the enemies when they get up there. Now I actually fail quite a bit here. Because Olmec ends up going to the left side, so I have to very quickly move to the right side. Meanwhile, my rope doesn't actually hit, so I need to use several ropes to actually kill those enemies, but that's how you do it. I got fairly lucky on several occasions there. If that monkey had hit me at the end when I was about to get out of the pit, if it had stunned me, I would have probably ended up in the lava and dead. Also, the blue frog at the end was a little bit scary. And as we saw, I needed all the 3 ropes I actually had. Had I had only 2 ropes, I would have probably died as well. But that's how you low percent speedrun. And the final time is at 4 minutes, 54 seconds, and 977 milliseconds. So that's actually a personal best just from a speedrunning perspective as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a short one. Thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you some other time.